All right, so today we're going to be trying out a Grixis God-Pharaoh's gift brew that I threw together the other day. General idea of the deck is we want to cheat a God-Pharaoh's gift into play, bring back Champion of Wits for extra draw. The combo to kill is bringing back Combat Celebrants to give you additional combat steps. You generally just want to bring them back one after another. You have Vizier of Many Faces just as extra copies of Combat Celebrant. And we're essentially just a turbo graveyard deck built around cheating our celebrants into play or cheating creatures into play to kill our opponent. We also have a one of Drakuseth, Maw of Flames, as just a really good target to bring back with God-Pharaoh's Gift. I'm not sure if I should be playing more copies of this card. Maybe we'll try a couple more copies a bit later, but this is where we'll start. For the sideboard, this is just kind of a rough draft to start, but the general idea here is Thoughtseize is obviously very good in a lot of matchups, so we're going to play 4 of those. Grafdigger's Cage is an interesting one because it's graveyard hate that doesn't affect our own deck. So Grafdigger's Cage, of course, reads creature cards in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield, and players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. But with God-Pharaoh's Gift, we're actually exiling a creature card from our graveyard and then creating a token copy, so it doesn't get stopped by our own Grafdigger's Cage. So this allows us to play this card, which is really good against a lot of decks in the format, like the Jund Collected Company deck or other graveyard strategies. It's even good versus goblins to shut down Muxus. So it's kind of a perfect sideboard card for us. Rotting Regisaur is kind of here for the decks that we expect them to be bringing in a card like Rest in Peace against us. We'll take more of a Thoughtseize Rotting Regisaur strategy versus them. Also, funny enough, it also serves as a additional discard outlet should we need one. Bone Crusher Giants just for early aggressive decks or decks playing Priest of Forgotten Gods. Massacre Worm as a way to fight through some Field of the Dead decks. And then a Braid is just kind of like a catch-all for any troublesome artifacts or creatures we want to kill onto. So we'll start with this, see how it goes, and go from there. All right, this act seems like a great start. We have turn 1 Supplier. We have a Champion of Wits to discard our Celebrant. We already have a Gate. Yeah, this kind of pretty great opener here. We're missing red, but I don't think it'll matter. So we'll keep. And there's our red. All right, we're already 3 creatures in the yard. That's a pretty good mill off our Supplier. We'll need 3 more to get the activation. Unfortunately, we're going to be taking a turn off here. We have no 2-mana play. If we're playing against blue-white. Okay. We could go Gingerbrute Emery this turn. I don't mind that. Okay, we're up to, it looks like 5 creatures now in our yard. So just 1 away from activating our gate. All right, there we go. Gate's online. I think we'll this turn we can play a Champion of Wits to set up for a gate, play gate, activate gate next turn. Or we might just want to... Actually, I think we just want to play our gate now. If we play gate now, then next turn we can... Like, we guarantee it resolves, and then next turn we can Champion Wits, then crack gate. Let's just do that. All right, to Fairy. See if they tuck the gate. They do. So if we draw an untapped land here, we can go nuts. That's perfect. I guess we'll start by bringing back a champion. Okay, bring back Champion of Wits. We'll discard Celebrant Dracuseth, kill to Fairy. Now we're looking pretty good. We get to take a... Okay. We were going to get to take a bunch of combat steps. Won't be happening anymore. Start with champion. Killed a fairy with our firebrand. Chip in for 4. We're looking pretty good here. Like we don't necessarily have to jam this God-Pharaoh's gift. We could just go for an Eternalize on champion, but I think I like just jamming, especially now we drew a second. Okay, that's a little annoying. But they have to find something good here, or they're just dead. Hey OB, how's it going? Okay, so blue-white control, we want Thoughtseize. That's probably all we want, I'd say. I think we can cut Dracuseth. Doesn't seem very good in this matchup. It's possible this we want to do Rotting Regisaur here as well and just play that sort of strategy and be less focused on our God-Pharaoh's gift plan. I guess we'll cut Hostage Taker. Or we could just go for this. I do expect them to have Rest in Peace, so maybe we just default to trying this. Although I like it a little less on the draw. Let's try this, and then maybe we'll switch it up for game 3 if we have one, and add the Regisaurs to try it out. Seems like a decent hand. I'm going to lead off with Ginger Brute. Start chipping in for damage. Search for his Kanta, that's fine. Get 2 creatures off that mill. Ashiok's a little annoying. Thoughtseize 3 lands, okay. He still wasn't any creatures. I think here I'm going to play Gate instead of playing a 3rd creature into their Wrath of God turn. Now, if they cast Wrath of God and exile our yard, the Ashiok's only on 1, but then we can follow up with a champion. Disenchant. Okay. Disenchant's annoying, but they haven't really exiled many of our creatures. We already have 5 lands, so we're working our way up to the God-Pharaoh's Gift we already drew. We have to kill Ashiok now. I think we lead off with Champion here. I think we lead off and chip with Champion in case we draw Thoughtseize. We'll just discard all the creatures. Still a few cards away from flipping their search. ECD. That's a little bit annoying. They're not really, like, they're gonna be able to bring back Ashiok. Could be a problem. Okay. Let's chip in. Play Emery. And now, next turn, depending on what happens, we'll probably just go for a recast on the Stone Coil. Depending on what we draw. Okay, to Fairy. Tuck Emery. Okay. I wonder if they're going to even bring back the Ashiok now, or if they're just going to bring back the Fairy. They're probably pretty incentivized to just go for Ashiok, although, like, they don't really have anything else going on if they do that. The real question is, do we cast this champion here? If we do, we might be forced to discard the God-Pharaoh's Gift, which I don't really want to do. Like, especially since they have 1 card left in hand, I might want to just keep building up to it. Like, if they bring back Ashiok, I'll wish I had discarded it, but if they don't... They bring back to Fairy. If they bring back to Fairy, I'm going to wish I have the champion in play. So maybe this kind of forces their hand. So let's just do this. That's really interesting. Could obviously cast the Emery now, but I wonder if we just want to discard GPG Emery and then go for a hard cast on Combat Celebrant next turn. And then they're just kind of in a tough spot, like, because we'll kill them immediately. Let's try and do that. Let's see what they bring back. Okay, they do go for the Ashiok. So I'm glad we discarded what we did. All of our God-Pharaoh's gifts are gone now. We only have one card left. Find an ECD. Okay, so the question is, do we just ignore Ashiok and try and kill them? We have 21 cards left. Our graveyard's not going to really matter anymore. If we attack everything, we attack for 5. It's still a 3-turn clock. We play Combat Celebrant. They're going to ECD Combat Celebrant. And then they don't have enough mana to Azcanta unless they draw a land. And we're still on 3 turns. I think that's kind of our best bet. And we just try and ignore this. This is going to mill next turn 4, the turn after 4. And then we kill them. So I think we just ignore it. Ugh. Well, that was worst case scenario. Planar Cleansing is pretty good versus us. Not sure we can win anymore. Although it is kind of cute that kills his own Ashiok. We're 1 mana short from his bringing back our champion. All our GPGs are gone. So this doesn't do anything. Ten cards left. I have a hard time imagining we're going to win this one. It's a sideboard game, Dylan. Sphinx is Rev. All right. Okay, so if they're going for the Ashiok plan, I think we actually do want Rotting Regisaur. We can just like trim trim on this plan. Do like this. Or we could trim on our emeries instead, actually. Do something like this. Let's try this. Little short. This one has potential. I think. Okay, well. We're not going to get to try and play that one out, but I was considering dropping Stitcher Supplier there and leading Gingerbread into Emery. I think that was the card we wanted to bottom. Which comic is behind me? It is Shadow of a Dark Lord. My girlfriend got it for me for Christmas, this last Christmas. I love it. It's great. Okay. This hand is very slow, but I think we'll keep. We've got a lot of lands. We have a good discard already for champion. Is that a Marvel or a Dark Horse? I don't actually know. Doesn't say. Thoughtseize. All right. RIP champion. Okay. Oh, they took God-Pharaoh's gift. Why would they take God-Pharaoh's gift? What is going on? Why would they do that? Got our bones, okay. We go for Emery this turn. I don't really mind that. Or we could just go for the champion. We're definitely blocking with Fanatical Firebrand this turn. Okay. Milled a few creatures. Do our block sacks shenanigans. Keep us from taking any damage. Eliminate is fine. Emery wasn't bringing anything back anyways. All right. There's our gate.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Dwayne Lesnar. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. Okay, so how many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we just block here, and now next turn we can start going nuts. All right, let's do it. Switch our graveyard. Get a God-Pharaoh's gift. A combat celebrant. Attack and exert. And now we get to take a bunch of combat steps. And I think they're dead, actually. Because we have the Vizier. Attack and exert. Yeah, they're exactly dead. Sweet. All right, turn 5 kill. Not bad. Pretty good one there. All right, so playing against mono black aggro, we probably just want bone crushers and probably a braid. When it comes to graveyard hate, they might have a ley line, but I don't really sure if these decks play ley line in their sideboards at the moment. I guess they could have, what else? They could have Grafdigger's Cage, but that doesn't do anything versus us. Yeah, maybe. What's a braid kill? Braid doesn't kill spawn. It kills their cheaper creatures. Kills rankle. Maybe we just don't need it. And we just focus more on kind of going all in. Let me just do this. Let's do this. Maybe we'll bring in a braid for game 3 if we see something we think it's necessary for. This hand's fine. Got ways to kill their 1-drops. Enabler. A bunch of lands. Should be good. Don't really care if we get Thoughtseized on turn 1 because our hand isn't fantastic. Red Wanderer. Okay, let's lead off. Can't lead off on Supplier, so maybe we just lead off on Ginger Brute and attack. Or we just leave back Ginger Brute to block. I think we leave it back to block. Next turn we go Supplier Firebrand, and then we can on turn 3 Emery, and then bring back Ginger Brute on a future turn if we want. I think we want to just block as much as we can in this matchup whenever we have an opportunity. Keeps our life total high, keeps them off Spectacle so they can't bring out an early spawn. And fuels our graveyard. Easy block here. Right. Okay, we could cast Stone Coil here, I guess. I think we still go for Emery. We mill over a gate, we can bring it back next turn. Milled our other God-Pharaoh's Gift. I imagine that they might have an Eliminate, though. They didn't play another 2-drop. Yeah, it looks like they definitely have a removal spell. Emery's going to eat the Grasp. Okay. I think we still want to keep blocking here in case they go land spawn. If we don't, Like they missed. Let's play a 4/4. Agonizing remorse. Okay. Don't want a stone coil for 1, 2. Yeah. Okay. Do we block here? We already have 6 creatures in our yard, so if we top deck a gate, we can activate it already. Maybe we hold off for 1 turn. We definitely block now since they gave us the info. They have the 3rd land. Rider. And happy I milled 3 lands off the top of my deck there. Rankle. Well, we milled the gate right off the top of our deck, unfortunately. We can copy this rankle though. Now sit back and play some D. Definitely should have played that Blood Crypt a couple turns ago, though. I was thinking to hold it in case we drew a champion, but with how this has worked out, now we can't eternalize a champion if we top deck a land. This Vizier has been pretty good, though, the past couple turns. Yeah, PSAM's mono black. Getting ranched right now, though. All right. Emery is not it. We're gonna have to pack this one in. So maybe we just opt for the removal spell, the Ebrate. I kind of don't mind our plan still. I think we'll just run it back. This hand seems great. Am I gonna block this turn? Probably not. Definitely gonna stomp though. Gifted Aetherborn, that's fine. Okay. I think we just go for Bone Crusher. We're gonna snap this trade off if they give it to us. Okay, because I killed that before, we're not gonna block. What I'd like to do is play Hostage Taker this turn, I think. Next turn, if they don't kill Taker, I was gonna say we could Aetherborn Gate. Alright, so we do get to Aetherborn, that's good. We'll just play out the 3/3 Stone Coil in case they play a Rankle. We can block. Right. Vizier is an interesting mill here. I think we just Vizier, copy Hostage Taker, and tank Rankle. Make that trade all day. Looks like opponent's flooding out a little bit. Spawn we don't really care about. We get to put their Rankle into play. We have another 3/3 reach blocker. We also have like just Rankle block ping with Fanatical. It's not so bad. We actually forced them into blocking the Rankle too. We can actually attack here. If they don't block Rankle, we get to just sack. We will we'll leave the Blood Crypt in hand for now. Alright, another spawn is annoying, but we are a god and drew a Stone Coil. We do need to find something here. Okay. This is definitely a grasp, or it's an eliminate. I feel like if it was a grasp, if it was an eliminate, they probably would have done this before combat. So I feel like it's a grasp, and they're hoping we block with the 7/7 on the 4/4 and they can shrink it. So we're just going to double block to play around grasp. All right. Okay, so far, I'm wondering if the ginger brutes are worth it. The idea of ginger brute was, of course, for Emery, so we have just more ways to cast Emery on turn 2. I don't know if it's better than just playing like Merfolk Secret Keeper or something, but alternatively, we could just play more Stone Coils, and we could also play like Chamber Sentry as well. Maybe we want to just do that. Could play like a 3/3 split. Do something like this. I think I'd like to try that. The 0 cost artifacts are much better with Gate 2. Well, yeah, it's been okay so far. I like to try some of the other, just some extra X casting cost artifact creatures, though. I feel like Sentry might actually be good in some scenarios, giving us some extra like damage. Like the God-Pharaoh decks, God-Pharaoh's Gift decks before used to all play Walking Ballista, which we obviously don't have, and that Walking Ballista did so much for the deck because it served as an early, speed bump, early removal, and was also just a cheap way to get activations out of your gate to the afterlife. I got him all this. So we do miss that, but this hand. I think it has higher upside than going to 5. All right. Need an untapped land. Playing against field. Untapped land. Let's lead on Emery. Two creatures. This looks like more of the Sultai field deck. Okay, land is good. Okay. If we... I think we discard these two. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 creatures will be up to 6 next turn with the Stitcher sack. Okay. Here's our God-Pharaoh's gift. Play this guy. Okay. Do we want to bring back a champion or do we want to go for combat celebrant this turn? Combat celebrant gets us in for an additional 3, but we have no way to chain them together yet. So I think we just go for champion of wits this turn and try and find ways to chain them. Okay. I guess we can get double God-Pharaoh's gift going next turn. Let's just discard that in a land. Emery lets us recast the gate from our yard. Okay. We'll bring back Supplier. We found another Celebrant. They're probably going to bring back an Uro next turn. So next turn, if they escape their Uro, we can just hostage taker it. So we'll just cast a 3/3. And let's shock this land in so we can activate our Ipnu Revulet on end step. We find something like a Dracuseth. Be looking good. All right, here's the Uro. We found a field. To make a lot of zombies. Of course, we draw the Drakuseth right after. So, I guess, how do we do this? We have no champions in our yard, so we can't discard the Drakuseth. We could, I think we just go to combat. We bring back the hostage taker. We take the Uro. Don't think we attack yet. So I realized that casting this Uro gives it back to them. But maybe, actually, I don't think we want to do that yet because they're still one short of escaping. And if we do it, they'll be able to escape right away. So let's just do this. Maybe we want to Vizier our Stitcher supplier. Maybe we want to do that. Growth Spiral. That allows them to escape Uro, unfortunately. I really like to draw an untapped red source. That is a little bit annoying, but my opponent not understanding that the tokens from God-Pharaoh's gift have mana costs on them. So they just wipe their own board. Okay. Okay, God-Pharaoh's gift versus Field of the Dead. I think we definitely want the Massacre Worm. It doesn't look like they are playing white. They had the one Abzan Triome, but I'm pretty sure that deck is just base Sultai, so I'm not afraid of Rest in Peace. So I think we want to just forego Rotting Regisaur and maybe just bring in Thought Seizes. Now we do that. I think we just trim a little bit on our package here. Hostage Taker seemed fine that game, but I think overall it's not going to be that great. So we can definitely trim one. Maybe we want to just trim both. Do something like this. Maybe we just trim the Firebrand. Let's try this. All right, we'll keep the double Thoughtseize hand. I think we just lead on Firebrand. I'm fine with them having the turn 2 Explorer Growth Spiral, and next turn we'll hope to just tag 2 more relevant spells. Try top. Okay. Guess we take Uro. Awkwardly. I kind of don't want to Thoughtseize anymore because they scry top, but I think we still want to overall just so we can cast our Celebrant next turn and not have to worry about a Languish. See what they drew. Put a counter on Blast Zone. Counter on Blast Zone. They're going to pop the Blast Zone next turn. So maybe we just use this opportunity to exert the Celebrant to get the additional point of damage in. Cast our 3/3 Chamber Sentry, ship it back. Opponent missing second blue mana. There goes our Celebrant. Let's bounce in for 4. I mean, now they're just kind of on Languish or Bust. Not even a Hour of Promise gets them out of this because they have 2 forests. So if they got a field, they still die. RIP our graveyard. It looks like they're dead. Yeah, all right. Been brewing GPG like a madman. Yeah, man, I love this strategy. All right, this hand is good. Got the tower supplier combo. Playing against vampires. My original list had 2 copies of what's the name of the card? Rixmati Reveler. Just, I guess, just another way to draw more towards the gates. Don't know how good that is. We cut it to make some room from some other cards. Maybe we want to go back to it. Awkward. I'm not going to block here so we can sack this to tower. Three creatures in the yard, halfway there. I think we play gate. And then next turn we plan to block with Celebrant and try and loot away Vizier. Taking a lot of damage. We might not even have time. Okay, so we get to do both. We might be able to just activate here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have enough. Draw a card. We'll discard. Discard Celebrant. It's gonna be tough for us to not die here, but I think we have a shot. Okay, let's get a supplier. Heal our yard more. Dracuseth is going to be good if we survive the turn. Cast Chamber for 0 to discard. Copy Celebrant. Yeah, I think we didn't want to cast the Chamber for 0 there because our opponent is like threatening lethal. So I think it's more valuable to keep it and cast it as a 1-mana 1/1 to block this turn. Like if we get to survive this, turn, we might be able to just straight up kill them. Yeah, we might be able to kill them here. Okay. So if we bring back Celebrant, we just have infinite combats here now, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think we win. All right. Got there. Okay, vampires. Vampires, I think I just like the 2 Bone Crushers, 2 Braids. Thoughtseize, I don't really like. They're a little too aggressive. Let's do... They might have Rest in Peace post board, which is a bit of an issue, but we'll just have to fight through that. So maybe we cut down on Emery's, trim down on Gates, do something like this maybe. Try this. And seems good. Delta Vanguard, that's fine. Got a decent amount of creatures in our yard already. One away from being able to activate a gate. Well, we essentially have it because we have the firebrand in hand. So now let's just start dig as much as possible and try and find a gate. Thanks for the follow. Bull 1112. Legion's Landing. Night of the Ebon Legion. Okay, we still need to try and find a gate. Still no gates. We had to flip their landing here this turn. We're going to just trade away for the token. And I think we'll just make this block. We'll just take 4. Okay. None of those are gates. Let's find a gate. That is not a gate. And now what do we do? Now I guess we just have to start bringing back these guys. Love me some God-Pharaoh's gift. How we doing today? We're actually pretty good. We definitely have a positive win rate right now. The deck feels decent so far. We lost to one field. We lost to one field deck. We went 1-1 versus field so far, and we lost to mono black aggro. I believe. Did we? Or did we win that match? I can't remember. We might have won that match, actually. Okay, this is 8. And if we find a gate here, I think we win immediately. That is not a gate. Now we're dead on board, right? We have 2 blockers. They have 5 attackers. We block the 2 biggest and we take 6. Is exactly. Couldn't find a gate in the top half of our deck. All right, we're on our back. This deck has been very rude, refusing to wear a mask or social distance. Yeah, gave it to us. These tap lands, man. These tap lands. Mana base not going to cooperate with us here, but I think we keep because we're on the play. Would love to draw a shock land here, though. We drew the shock land. We're going to stomp now, since they didn't play a Lord pre-combat. I imagine they don't have one. Might just be a Vanguard here. Yeah, so it's a Vanguard, so made the correct play. Now, we'll just... I wonder if we just play Gate now. I don't imagine we're going to block here. Yeah, we're definitely not going to block the Vanguard, so we'll just wait till next turn to cast this and get our Gate in play. Soren's bad. Very bad. Lieutenant off Soren though isn't too terrible. At least it wasn't a you know what I'm saying. Champion of Dusk. That would have been bad. But now I don't unless they have interaction for the gate, I don't mind our position. We're definitely just throwing away blocks whenever we can. And we might be able to just activate this next turn. All right. We are online. Now, I want to try and find the Dracuseth, is why we're doing this first. We can't kill them this turn because they have a big blocker to block the combat celebrant, so it's not like we can go infinite with infinite combats. Like, we have a celebrant and we have a vizier, but it doesn't let us go nuts yet because the first combat celebrant just gets blocked by the Knight of the Ebon Legion. So let's just bring back this champion here. Draw some cards. And I will just sit back. If they attack, we'll block with this champion so we can eternalize before combat and try and dig closer to a Dracuseth. They're in an awkward spot, like if they attack with the wrong creatures and leave themselves open, we just immediately win. Okay. We could try and go for the win this turn. And just a braid in response to the Knight activation. Let's do that. They could have a Vraska's Contempt, but YOLO. They have Eliminate. Eliminate works. Let's kill Sorin. And we'll still abrade after they activate. And then we'll just play a big stone coil, I guess. They're going all in on protecting Sorin. Fine with that. Maybe we just want to play a 3-3 instead of a 4-4. Let's just play the 4-4. Four is safe from Sorin activation and can attack through the Adano Vanguard. Well, it can't attack through if it pluses on the Vanguard, but they may not. Going for castle activation. Plus on Vanguard. We can pretty safely take damage here if they attack. So we're kind of hoping that they do. Or a snap no blocking if they attack. They don't. Okay, let's okay, so we get to look at a lot of cards here. Let's supplier. We're going to sack supplier and eternalize champion. Celebrant. There's our Dracuseth. And now we get to pop off. They probably block Celebrant here. Yeah, they take 12, and then we get to bring back Dracuseth, and I think they die. I think they die. Yeah. All right, that was sweet. Uh, I'm gonna try it, but I don't like it. Okay, I like it a little bit more now. Kanye Westfall, thanks for the resub. First mod of the channel. Discard those two. I was thinking just discarding Vizier Combat Celebrant, but I think we might want to Vizier copy Champion next turn. You really just want to find a God-Pharaoh's Gift, a Gate to the Afterlife. Playing God-Pharaoh's Gift and Benson isn't here raving like a madman. I know. Don't know where Benson is. Golos get another field. Does that mean they have an hour in hand? Might. Definitely just smorking. No blocks. Oh, milled the gate on top of our deck again. Brutal. Yeah, there's the hour. We're just kind of like really cold to this deck game one. Unless we can really get an early God-Pharaoh's Gift. We just can't really fight through all the zombies. Unless we find Drakuseth and we fly over. That's kind of our only way. Guess we're playing defense now. Thanks for the follow. Slam it in. A lot of zombies. Yeah, we really need to have a Massacre Worm main deck to have a shot game one versus this deck. Mill the gate off the top of our deck again. You'll love to see it. Okay, Massacre Worm getting our deck. Thoughtseize getting our deck. Let's ram this. Hostage takers. Try this. All right, I like this. Definitely keep. We'll lead on supplier. Guess we just take Rejuvenator. There's no real reason not to play this. Now we get Emery. We already have a gate in our graveyard. Next turn we get to recast it. And then we only have 2 creatures right now, though, unfortunately. But next turn, I think next turn we'll be able to get it. We just ping our own Stitcher supplier. And then we get to pop off. We're just going for additional loots. Try and find a combat celebrant so we can win. All right. Now we win. Here we go. Oh, we didn't. Does this? Why didn't we get to exert again? What the hell? Is that a bug? Did we just find a bug? Like, as long as it's untapped, you can keep exerting, right? Or am I... Oh, if it hasn't been exerted this turn. Okay. I mean, he expected me to read. I don't know. Imagine reading. Can't remember if I sideboarded the other one out. I think we did. Yeah, we sideboarded the other one out. Let's get another loot. Oh, we don't get a loot. We don't have the gate anymore. All right, we're stupid. Let's just go to combat. It didn't matter. Yeah, we played perfectly. Nothing we could have done better there for sure. Okay, maybe we do just want the second God-Pharaoh's gift for situations like that. Like it, nah, maybe not. Like it didn't actually matter. We were winning anyway. I don't know. Opponent's playing Yarok. I don't really think that changes our game plan though. I guess we lead on Stone Coil for one, so we can Emery on turn 2. So we can get it active earlier. No gate yet. We don't have any basics. Awkwardly. Maybe we should play at least one and not be greedy. I don't think it's really a huge deal though. Yarok. Can't find a gate, huh? Hopefully the supplier finds one. Not yet. Taking that Hydroid Crisis is pretty good there. Okay, let's cast Stone Coil here. All right. Really need to find a gate. Really bad. It might be too late already. I think they found that land. We're super dead now. Well, this was disappointing. We had a lot of good opportunities there. Again, first top half of our deck couldn't find a gate. Yeah, we just don't have. Or we're going to lose those games for sure if we can't find it. Maybe we just need to go harder on our enablers. Like, instead of playing Fanatical Firebrand, maybe we play Secret Keeper. Field is a different beast. It can't be long for historic. I mean, like, I think we very easily win that game if we find a gate to the afterlife in the top 30 cards of our deck. I don't know. But you could be right. Like, I figured Firebrand could be. I don't know. Let's try out Secret Keeper instead of Firebrand. Just play Burn, you coward. The Burn deck does seem sweet. Maybe I'll give that deck a go on tomorrow or something. I'm gonna keep jamming God-Pharaoh's Gift though. I like this deck. It's fun. Okay. This hand seems great, actually. We've turned 2 Emery into a gate. Need to draw the 3rd land. Oh, you never cast Hazoret in Standard? Hazoret's something else, man. That card is so good. Crumpled people in Modern with it back when Mardu Pyro had its month of existing. Nice. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense. creatures so far. All right. Really need that third land. The third land would be excellent. Knight of the Reliquary. No third land for the squad. I guess we'll just recast the Chamber Sentry. If they just start fielding us, we're going to have a real bad time. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We don't have basics in our deck. Uh-oh. Oh no. All right, we're dead. Okay. Let's bring those in. Try this. Opponent knows the strat, though. Let's kill our lands. Okay. We will definitely kill a turn 1 Llanowar Isles. No gate. I guess we have one more mill to find it. Both God-Pharaoh's gifts, but no gate yet. So let's just recast the Chamber Sentry for 3. I have no more mills for gate. It's still far away from recasting with our Emery, but we can kill a Knight of the Reliquary. Yep. Okay, well let's try and hit the gate. Didn't hit the gate. Let's kill this thing. Do we need to use our braid here? Maybe we just want to chamber sentry it. Let's just do this. Let's just play out a Secret Keeper and hold our braid. Oh, opponent scoops it up. We had like nothing going on after that. Let's run it back, I guess. We're missing a color and our hand doesn't really do anything aside cast a Secret Keeper, so we're going to mull. I'll keep this one. I'll chuck back a Chamber Sentry. Our mana's shit, but what are you gonna do? Our mana's good now. The goose. I can't sentry that. Unfortunate. Double goose. Cast our Emery. One creature. Next turn we'll cast Gate. And then hope the turn after we can get some good good hits. We'll have 4 mana, so we'll be able to ping like them, put an extra creature in our yard, get 1 loot, and we'll have 4 cards with the mill from the Secret Keeper, and then we'll have 2 lands left over still to be able to activate our gate if we need it. We also have an Emery to recast the Chamber Sentry to get an additional loot. Even Mind Sensor. That is a... Uh-oh. Oh, no. No! All right, well, we're not... We're not casting our gate anymore. Or our Merfolk Secret Keeper. So I guess we'll just do this. Shit. Getting wastelanded in standard sucks. What is this? P-Sams. That's an absurd amount of wizard points, Jesus. Or Field of the Dead deck. I guess that makes sense. I don't have anything here. Okay, let's just get this gate into play. Trying to loot our way to this next turn. Try and find a blue source. Again, we'll get 1 activation out of this, 2 with the Emery recasting it. And that's 2 loots plus our draw step to try and find a blue source. No! At least we can kill it. They do get to field us, but I mean, whatever. At least we don't have a blue land in play. All right. We could play Applier. Okay. Let's shoot down the mind sensor. We'll loot, discard Drakiseth. Mill ourselves. Recast Chamber Sentry. 0. Get another loot. No blue lands. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5? 5. We have 5 creatures, so we're 1 short. Okay, well, I guess we're still fine. We do this and just loot away. Recast Chamber Sentry, loot away a champion, then we have exactly 6, and we have 2 mana left to activate our gate. And then, barring them having no interaction for our God-Pharaoh's gift, we get to start going to town. Okay, it doesn't look like they have interaction. Let's take a few combat steps. I think they just killed themselves by not blocking. Nice. We got wastelanded twice, but it didn't matter. Our opponent literally did nothing aside from that, so we got to kind of do whatever we wanted. Like we're playing against Burn. That's a lot of damage. All right. 11 points of life, 3 cards. Rostodon. Uh-oh. That's some damage. All right. There's a gate. Still 3 creatures away. So next turn we get to do it. All right. I'm at 3. Oh, they're dead. Dead as hell. All right. Stole game 1 versus Burn. Let's see. Bring in those. We can. Let's do that. I expect this matchup isn't good for us. He's like, don't really have any way to gain life outside of the gates, which is slow and clunky. Like, we only won that game because our opponent drew a couple too many lands. We'll see. I mean, I guess. Need these secret keepers to do work. Opponent has no creature, no early creatures. Probably just a bunch of burn spells. Thermo Alchemist. Just mill ourselves for a lot. Try and set up for the turn 5 gate. A lot of damage. We could hostage taker this, but I imagine it's not going to deal us more than 2 damage next turn. So I'd rather preserve my life total. Frenzy. Shit, we might. I think we. What do we have here? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, I think we just steal this one. Right on. Right on. Wow. Well, that was a nice way to end the stream, cleaning up Burn 2-0. Not too bad. Thanks everyone for tuning in. This was the final list where we ended on today. Thoughts on the deck. So, well, the changes we made is we added Rix Madi Reveler. We swapped out Fanatical Firebrand for Merfolk Secret Keeper. I definitely like the Secret Keepers more than the Firebrands. Let me switch this. Yeah. I like the Secret Keepers in the games we played more than Firebrand. We cut Ginger Brute, and now we're playing a split between Stone Coil and Chamber Sentry. We didn't make any changes aside from that in the main deck. In the sideboard, we added 2 Ashiok Dream Render for the last game, which we didn't try. So I'm not too sure how those are. So we'll have to try those out on a future day. For small deck building things, maybe we want to add a basic land to our mana base so we don't get cheesed by the Ghost Quarter Field of Ruin decks. Aside from that, I think the mana was fine. We didn't really have any issues with colors. And yeah, I mean, the deck was fun. Clearly the issue was the Field of the Dead deck. So we'll have game 1. We're just kind of cold to it. So I guess if we want to give ourselves a shot, game 1, we'll have to add Massacre Worm to the deck in the main, which I think is totally reasonable. We can trim on like, if Field's pretty popular, we could change Hostage Takers to Massacre Worms and go that route. Try that out. Aside from that, yeah, the core felt pretty good. The real thing that was lacking though was just there was a couple, more than a couple games where, you know, we went through half our deck and couldn't find a gate to the afterlife. So I don't know how we mitigate that. Maybe there's just cards I'm not thinking of that can help us find this more, but that was the idea behind adding Rix Madi into the deck, just giving us another way to like discard creatures we don't need and draw ourselves closer to gates. So this is where we'll leave it, and we'll pick it up on another day and keep working on the archetype and see what happens. But thanks everyone who tuned in. If you want to check out the podcast or anything related to the DWC, the links are all down below here on our channel page, and you can also check it out on dwc.gg. And yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys in, I guess, maybe a day or two for the podcast. And yeah,